Okay, let's talk about the SPQR log file analysis channel we have in our Discord. If you're a part of our Discord, you have access to this. If you're not part of our Discord, you should be. But we have down here in our text channels log file analysis. If you go to that page and type in exclamation and log, um, basically this is directions. It's if you're having trouble with some DCS, gameplay, whatever. What this bot will do is tell you what your issues are and how to best increase your performance while playing DCS. The good thing about typing in that exclamation log is it also tells you if you're on Steam where to find them, or if you're on open beta standalone where to find them. But if you know where your logs are, file folder. Let me just cook this up here. Um, for me, it's this PC, Windows C, users, myself, which would be you, down the road. And oh no, you guys know my secret identity now. La di da. Saved games and DCS open beta. Now, when you're here, come down to logs. I just created this log a few minutes ago. So all I'm going to do is take this log and, man, I hate when it does that. What in the hell? As you guys can see, I'm not a PC guy. Um, Quit it. So drag and drop onto our Discord. Press enter. It's going through your log. So right here, it's telling me, I'm on standalone edition, blah, blah, blah. We all should know what edition we're on, what CPU I'm running, what GPU I'm running. Page file, for a lot of people, page file is pretty important. Your RAM's pretty important. VRAM depends on the card and what drivers you're running, so on. Also tells you what custom mods you're running. Occasionally, mods will kind of break the game, but for the most part, the three that I run, I haven't had any issues because they've been, pretty well taken care of. Um, the next thing is this exclamation point right here, and I haven't figured this out yet. I keep getting an error that says my log file is incomplete because DCS might have crashed or was not closed properly. Um, when I made this log file, I closed it down exactly like I should. Hit exit at the bottom of the main menu, or I exited through the in-game menu, exit to desktop. So I don't know if this is like a current deal with a recent patch or what. Um, Unfortunately, the other day before the recent patch, I cleared all my logs out, all my attack views, everything. So I don't have an old one that I can really check. But that's what that shows you. Exclamation point. It just warns you that DCS is open beta testing version. There might be some problems with that. But the most important one is this green guy down here. If you click on that, it will tell you your tuning tips. The tuning tips will maximize your ability to play the game. So I went through and I turned on like all the MSA, AA, SSAA, and all that stuff. Um, just because I knew it would give me a tuning tip. With the 4090 and the CPU I have, I don't have to worry about a whole lot. But I am also a VR user, so before I recently upgraded my CPU and my GPU, um, this was very important to me, because this will tell you that your RAM is inadequate. This will tell you, what to do with your page file. This will tell you all your tuning tips for the in-game menu for DCS. Maybe you're running too high of a pixel density for whatever. Since I'm a VR user, uh, this this really helped me play the game. Um, early on when I was on a 2080. Now that I have what I have, um, it's a whole lot easier to tune. But I know some guys that are still on 1080 Ti's. I know some guys are on 2080 Supers, um, so on and so on. And this will maximize your gameplay ability. Um, and it's just that simple, really. You just drag and drop into the log file analysis page on the SPQR Coliseum Discord page, which will be linked in the description for this YouTube video. A couple other things. None of this would be possible without Special K. Special K has created all of these bots that we use on our Discord that track your user stats. Um, and do a lot of stuff for us. We can update the server. We can do a lot for because of what he has done. A couple other things that we can do on our server is if you go to user stats up here in the multiplayer server tab, you can see some guys are checking the time left. Dot time left lets you know how much time is left in the mission because we all know how bad it sucks to finally get time to sit down and play, and you log into a server only to know that there's 10 minutes left before the reset. Um, so you can definitely double check that. Another cool thing that we got is .hs. So that is basically, it's not really a top 10. It kind of is a top 10, but that gives you, the overall play times, air target ships, air defense, ground targets, KD ratio, PvP KD ratio, most efficient killers, and wasteful pilots on our server. Basically a top 10. Another thing that we can do with the .hs is if you click next, and it should work. It takes you to our BVR BFM training server. So it lets you know what's in there. That's a we've got a mission server that runs a BVR or a BVR server where you can do 1v1s. You can bring your team in here. You can fight it out. That lets who's basically the best on that server. We You can also switch this from BVR to BFM via in-game menu. Go on blue side, drop down to the bottom to the TF51, which everybody has. Select the same menu that opens up your rearm refueling menu, and you can select change to BVR, change to BFM. Another thing to do in user stats is if you type .stats, that will give you your individual stats on our Coliseum 2.0. First off, if you click next, it will give you your stats in our BVR BFM training server. That's all thanks to Special K. Now, if you go to server status, you see I already tested it out. You can hit .players. That will let you know which players are online on our server at any given time and what side they're on. Lets you kind of know who's all on. And you see earlier this morning that we had a F14, a H64, and a J11. We're still pretty new and trying to get the numbers up, but we're getting there. Another thing you can do is the .frontline. That lets you know, since this is running the Enigma code and the frontline moves back and forth every 2 hours, it lets you know where the front line of the mission is. So if you're a guy that likes to swap to the side that's losing, you can see who's getting pushed north. If you want to go red, you can see who's getting pushed south if you want to go blue. If you're a guy that likes to stick to the team that you chose, then you can see that red's pushing blue, and you really need to get on there and try to keep that line from moving. Um, Other than that, it's pretty simple. If you guys need any help, hop in general, ask a question. A bunch of people are on our server willing to hop in and help. Um, Also, like I said, none of this would be possible without Special K. If it wasn't for him and all his bots, we couldn't have the event that's happening right now where you can win a module for the most air-to-air kills or a module for the most air-to-ground kills. Um, please check that out. Also, because of the Special K bot, make sure to check out his Patreon because a lot of people DCS use his bots. It's the best way to track server points. It's the best way to track how you're doing within a given server. Um, yeah, just check him out. He has been a major help to us to getting the server off the ground, using his bots to do anything and everything, and to take the load off of some of the admin for our page and a lot of admins throughout the DCS community. Also, if you like what we're doing with our server, check out our Patreon. Um, any help is appreciated. We run the most hardcore servers that we could find and rent, and they're pretty expensive. Um, if not, no big deal. We just want you all to have fun and play. Also, if you have any feedback for the server, we have this page right here, the dynamic feedback page. Please post in there. Let us know what you think. But once again, General is always active. Let us know what you would like to see moving forward in the future, and you know any changes that you can see that you feel we might need to make. We are all more than happy to listen. We've built this server for the community. We've built this server for everyone to have a modern version of a great server, so that we can all fire F-16s, A-10C2s, F-14Bs, F-14As, whatever you want to fly. Um, we've tried to incorporate it onto this map, and we've also done it on Sirius so that we feel that that's the best map. Down the road, we are going to probably do a Caucasus since that's the most common for everybody. But we felt, coming out of the gate, we had a lot of requests for a Syria map, a Syria, big old war. Um, but like I said, feedback is appreciated. Check out our Patreon. Definitely check out Special K's Patreon. And we'll see you on the server, and we'll see you in the Discord.